Hello everyone. So welcome you all to Ashok Tutorials Meghalaya's first MTED channel. So my dear friends, today we are going to discuss paper 1, that is LP, and the subject we are going to discuss is EVS, all right, environmental studies. And the topic we have today is teaching learning resources in EVS. So what are the resources? What are the materials which we can make use of in order to teach environmental studies, in order to learn environmental studies? So let us see. Teaching learning resources in environmental studies are tools and materials used by teachers to facilitate the learning process and help students understand various concepts related to the environment, nature, and society. What does it say? It says that TLR means teaching learning resources are the study materials or the teaching materials, teaching aids used by the teachers so that their teaching can be effective, so that their teaching process can be easy, their teaching process can be understandable to the students, so that the students are able to so that the students so that the students are able to get the best out of it. All right, that's why the teachers, they make use of teaching learning materials, right? Now, teaching learning materials or resources are essential for making lessons engaging and effective. Now, you see, TLR or teaching aids are important for the teachers so that they can make the process of teaching very effective one, very engaging one for the learners. All right. Now, let us see some of the examples of teaching aids or teaching learning resources which is used in environmental studies. Number one, books and textbooks. See, this one we all know. We have environmental textbooks. Yes or no? Well-designed EVS textbook provide valuable information and content for students to learn about topics like ecosystem pollution and conservation. Now you see, environmental studies we have almost in all the classes, right? Even in college we have environmental studies. Even during my BSc I have studied environmental studies, right? Why? Because it is very important. So we have the textbook, which is we have the textbooks where we study about the environment, right? Environmental textbooks. We have books where we study about the environment, about the nature, right? Then visual aids, charts, diagrams, and posters can illustrate environmental concepts such as water cycle, food chain, or climate change. Now you see, we can also, along with textbook, we can also make use of visual aids. What are visual aids? Visual aids are the charts the teachers they use, the diagrams the teachers are using, and the posters or the flashcards which the teachers are making use of. These are known as visual aids. Now, audio-visual media, educational videos, documentaries, and animations can bring environmental issues to life, making learning more engaging. Now, you see, when the students are learning through audio-visual media, it can be right now you are watching my video, yes or no? You're watching my video. So this is what this is, audio-visual media, right? Where you can hear, where you can listen to my sound, and at the same time you can see on the screen the written forms, yes or no? So when we are making use of audio-visual media, then what happens is that the process of teaching and learning becomes very, very easy and engaging and effective one. All right. So you can show a video on deforestation to the learners, right? And also in visual aids, you know, before audio visual media you had visual aids, right? So in visual aids you can make use of charts, diagrams, and posters in order to teach the topic like water cycle, food chain, or climate. All right, let's come back to audio visual media. So in audio visual media you can make use of videos. All right. Now, models and simulations. Models of the Earth, weather stations, or even virtual simulations can help students grasp complex environmental processes like tectonic plate movement or weather patterns. Now, you see, in your school life, I believe all of you have done making of model science exhibitions. I used to participate in science exhibitions, and I have made different type of models during my school days. During my B.Ed also I have done science experiments, or I have done making of models. So when we make models, suppose I cannot bring the earth and I can show to the students. So what I can make use of globe, right? Globe is the smallest model of the earth, yes or no? So I can make a globe with the help of thermocol or with the help of mud, right? That I can teach the concept of the earth through the help of model, through my globe, right? Now, field trips. Field trips, you all understand that we can take the students outside the classroom to the park, to the forest, to the natural reserves, to the rivers, to the mountains, to the valleys, and show them what we intend to show them, like the wildlife or the jungles or the plants or the rivers or the natural vegetations, the values, the valleys, right? So all these things we can show them through a field trip, specimen and sample. So during your science exhibitions and all, of course, students, not exhibition, during your science classes, what you will find is that the teachers, they take us to collect the sand, or they take us to collect the plants, or they take us to collect the rocks, or they take us to collect the insects, right? So we collect different type of specimen and samples. We collect, suppose if we want to study the water, so we can collect water from the tap, we can collect water from the pond, we can collect water from the ocean, right? And we can bring all this water together and we can study about them individually, yes or no? So that is called specimen and sample collection. Experiments. Conducting experiments like testing soil pH or growing plants in different conditions allow students to apply scientific method to environmental topic. Now you see, experiments, I don't think I have to explain to you. You know what are experiment, how do we do experiment, why do we do experiment, where do we do experiments? Experiments can be done inside the laboratory, and experiments can also be done outside the laboratory, right? We can check soil samples on the basis of pH, like loamy soil, black soil, red soil, clay soil, sandy soil. Which one is good, which one has more pH, which one has less pH, and which one will be suitable for what type of plant? Those things we can study, yes or no? Guest speakers. Now you will see, in our schools, in our colleges, the experts are invited, right? The expert teachers, they come and they speak on certain topics, right? So suppose an environmentalist can come to our school and they can give us a presentation, or they can conduct a conference on climate change. How can we as students, how can we as teachers, how can we as parents, as citizens, can protect the environment or can protect the earth from this climate change? What are the consequences of this climate change, or what are the diseases this climate change can cause, or will there be any fatality? Will the people die because of this climate change? Will the animal die? Will the plant be affected because of this climate change? So all these things can be taught to us by a guest speaker, right? In Nehu, you see many times guest lecturer vacancy is there, guest teacher vacancy is there, which means the teacher can come as a guest and at the same time share his or her knowledge with the entire school or class, right? Games and puzzles. So games and puzzles are also important way which can help us to understand about the environment. For instance, a game about cycling can teach children the importance of waste management, recycling, all right? So suppose when we are playing a game where the topic is recycling, so it can help the students, or DIY these days, right? DIY. So we can collect the chips wrappers, or we can collect the, the cartons, or we can collect the papers, or we can collect the rubbers, or we can collect the straw, the bottles, and we can make different things with that using our creativity, yes or no? So that is called game or puzzle, by which we can collect the waste materials, and with the help of waste materials we can do something, we can make something which can be useful for us, all right? At the same time, it will recycle the waste product and it will be beneficial for us, yes or no? Art and craft activities. Creative projects like making eco-friendly crafts or artwork for recycled material promote both learning and environment. So this is also the same thing, all right? Same thing. So art, SUPWs we do, artwork we do, DIY we do, then crafting we do, yes or no? So those things also help the students to understand about the importance of environment, all right? Interactive websites and apps. Online resources and educational apps can offer interactive lessons and quizzes related to EVS topics. So now you see interaction in YouTube, you find the videos related to the environment, you find the websites related to the environment, you find different type of apps which help you to understand the environment in a better way, yes or no? Now, community involvement. Encouraging students to participate in local environmental initiatives or cleanup events can help them understand their role in preserving the environment. Now, you see, we have basically on the 2nd of October every time we have Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We practice cleaning drive, yes or no? And NSS or NCC or different clubs in the school, eco club, etc. What do? We do a cleaning drive, right? We come to the school and we clean the entire neighborhood, we clean the entire village, we clean the entire school, entire classroom, yes or no? The roads, the drains, the jungles we cut. So all this we do so that the students they understand what is the importance of the environment, how can we protect our environment, why should we protect our environments, right? So that they can have a sense of responsibility, a sense of duty towards the environment. Effective use of these teaching learning resources can make EVS education more engaging, practical, and memorable for students, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation for the environment. Now you see, when we make use of these teaching learning tools effectively, then what happens, it can have a long lasting effect on the learners. The learners, they will understand what are their roles, what are their duties, what are their responsibilities in the environment as a citizen of the country, all right? So this will help them in the long run to protect the environment, to minimize the resources which are non renewable, to make use of renewable resources, to make use of the resources which are easily accessible, easily available. And they can avoid using fossil fuels, petrol, diesel, cars, scooters, bikes. Instead, they can make use of two wheelers like cycles or bicycles, yes or no? So I think this is all in this video. So thank you everyone for staying connected with the Shok Tutorials Meghalaya's first MTech channel. Thank you.